So after I put like most of the pennies on the counter, I took out the what do you call it? The faucet, the sink faucet, and I realized that the friggin' existing holes are way too small. So I had to buy one of these guys. This guy, and it was great, right? It makes a nice hole, but because there was already a hole, it didn't have anywhere for the tip of this to go in, so it was like moving all over the place. So I had to do a little bit of maintenance, and continuing the maintenance, I had to pull off some of the pennies to start with, and then sand quite a bit because it really tore up around the holes. And then I finished it with the wood finishing paint primer, and now I'm painting it the blue color to match. And I don't even have I threw away my because it was just getting hard. I don't know, I was really trying to like clean it, but the brush was just getting really stiff and hard, so I threw it away. So I don't even have a you know, and I knew I was done at the time, so I don't have a paintbrush, so I cut off a piece of an old sponge and it's working good enough. So anyway, I'm glad I finally got this done, because now I can finish the pennies over here. I was kind of holding off because I knew I had to drill around there. So it feels good to get it finished. So I haven't been working on this solidly. I've kind of, you know, taken some days off to do like other work and stuff. So, which is, you know, I think is pretty common for renovations. They're never, you know, just a couple days or take the amount of time that you estimate. They take longer. So I have been living without, you know, because the part of the reason why I finally went through with the renovation is because I had to change the kitchen faucet because it was leaking. So I've been for like months, I don't even know how long, it's almost embarrassing to say, I've been mostly washing my dishes in the bathroom, and then probably for about a week and a half I had the water off because I've been doing this. I've had to use the water outside because I just totally turned it off because it was easier. I could have put like some shark bites in here and still had the water on, but I don't know, the shark bites are like $9 or something, and so I've just been using like an outdoor spigot to like use for all of my water needs, which is a lot when you really think about it. Washing dishes, washing hands, washing feet, brushing teeth, getting water to cook with. So I'm really going to appreciate when the water comes back on. So I'm excited to be on track again. I can finally put some of these pennies back. This would either be a really good task for really stressed out people, or it would be a really bad task. I'm not sure which. But I enjoyed it, but you really got to sink into it and just kind of zone out when you're doing it. All right, now that it's like cleaned up, I put these things here so that when I was drilling that hole, I didn't get little wood chips everywhere. I take this away too. I still need to figure out what to do. So the sink I got is 2 holes. It's one for the faucet and then one for the handle. This is my water filter. And then this, the original sink had just 2 holes, and then this one was covered up. So I need to find like some sort of, I don't know, some kind of like a plug filler or whatever for that. I originally bought, I think like maybe like $9 of pennies, thinking I had about 4 or 5 square feet. I was like, oh, 5 just to be sure. I think I've got way over 5. I probably have, I mean, I kind of just estimated because, you know, some of these sides are really thin, but I took it for granted because I think I've got way more. So anyway, I got $9 at first, and my original plan, like I said before, I was going to do like some kind of cool pattern, you know, like ripples in a pool or something, you know, like a circle kind of radiating out. And then when I got the pennies, I only had like, so if I got $9, I had 18 rolls. 2 of the rolls were like dirty, you know, kind of old pennies. And then all the rest of the rolls were like these beautiful shiny ones. And so then I was like, well, maybe I've got enough. I can use the shiny ones, and I'll put, if I have to use the old ones, I can put them in the back or something. Well, the shiny ones kind of only made it like from here to here, and then they were down, you know, they had glued them all down, and it would have just looked weird, you know, do dark back here and around the stove. So I was like, I'm gonna have to find more of these like beautiful shiny pennies. So I went to a bank, and they didn't have any of these beautiful shiny pennies, and so I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I'm ever gonna find them again. So I went to another bank, and they did have them. And they happened to be 2015. The other ones that I had were 2014. So they're all like new pennies. By the way, if you're watching this video and it is not 2015, today's date, it is 2015, so. Alright, I got a gap. I have to do something with the gap. I don't know what to do. Anyway, so I was really lucky, and the guy's like, at the bank, I could just tell he didn't really want to participate. He didn't want to help me. And he's like, well, if we do find some, you have to buy a whole box, which was like 25 rolls. And so that's like, I don't know, 12 bucks of pennies. And I didn't want $12 of pennies. But it turns out, or no, I think he was going to make me buy $25 of pennies. And I was like, hey, but you know, the last person, they didn't make me buy like some crazy amount of pennies. But anyway, he like looks, and like right below, he pulls up this box, and it's got like the perfect amount of pennies, and they're all new in 2015. So I was really, really excited to get them. So I think I've got all the full-size ones in. I just need to cut a couple. I gotta cut some for over here and here, and this side, and then a couple in here that I think are probably too big for a full penny. Oh, this one won't fit. Maybe I do have a couple more places. Haha! Look how beautiful that is. Oh my god, I am so excited. Here's Andiamo. Wow, look at that. It's so beautiful. I'm so excited. So I finally finished cutting all the pennies. That took a really long time. And I just leveled my my RV because this countertop is like really not, it's not perfect, it's not flat, you know. I mean, I think it even slopes down a little bit here, yeah, it's just got all sorts of waves and misconfigurations. So so I leveled it mostly as well as I could, and I am just about to get ready to pouring the glaze on the top, but I still have to finish this. So I am all ready to pour and mix my epoxy. So anyway, here we go. So I've got my beautiful countertop poured. I let it sit for well over the time that it recommends. I let it sit for a couple days, and I was so scared to touch it, you know, because I was scared to put a fingerprint, but it's solid hard now, and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. There's a little bit of maintenance I have to do before I move on to the next step. I've got when I pulled off the tape that I had around the edges, it kind of left a little bit of stickiness, and instead of going in and like scraping some of the stickiness off, it's all clear. So I figured I would just paint. I've got some leftover polyurethane from my floor and or my entry stairs, and so I was just thinking of putting polyurethane on it to take away the stickiness, as well as especially in this area, it's really important to have it all sealed off anyway. So that is one step I'm working on. The other thing is, in some of these areas I'm having the hardest time getting the tape off. So, and this thing is like totally stuck in here, so I'm gonna have to probably just trim it off with a razor blade, hopefully really delicately and gently, hoping not to scratch anything. So that's what I've got, and then after that I'm so excited to put in my new Dura faucet. And now for the pièce de résistance, the piece that pulls it all together and is going to completely finish my kitchen renovation, my new Dura faucet. I got a Dura faucet because they are like the biggest specialists in RV faucets. So you're probably wondering, what is the difference between an RV faucet and a regular faucet? Well, the Dura faucets, they actually pass higher standards of tests than residential ones, because they're built for RVs, which hook up to all sorts of different water pressure. So you don't have to worry about anything blowing out if you park somewhere where they've got like high water pressure. So they're built and ready for that. They also are lighter weight, which is always a great thing when you're mobile. Some of them they're built with synthetic materials when possible. So the Dura faucets, you can get either metal, I got a metal one, or plastic, and they look the same. and that way they're much lighter weight. And not only that, but because they've got more synthetic materials in them, they're actually a little bit cheaper than residential faucets. So you could hook up a residential faucet, but it behooves you in many ways to get an RV faucet. So this is my awesome one. I can't wait. It comes with this guy that sits next to it. Oh, and the other great thing about the Dura faucets, building them for RVs, they sit up higher. You know, the sink's going to be like right here, the metal bar, the middle part, and so they have like so much clearance above. You know, for me, even if I do my dishes every day, I've always got a lot because I cook, so I use a lot of pans. And when my old faucet, which would just like, you know, barely went above the sink, I'd put all the dirty dishes in one side, and then I couldn't get the faucet over there. But with this one, I can, and it's got this, which is super exciting. So I feel so high tech. Can't wait to put it in. You can thread that through. Alright, then that can tentatively sit there. So I got the faucet installed, I got my water filter spigot back in, and I even put a little bit of caulking around the edges of the inside rim of the sink just for extra water protection. And now I dare say that this kitchen renovation is complete. Be sure to subscribe for more upcoming videos, and head to pennies.com for your Keep It Simple bumper sticker and to peruse the RV Living Forum. Once again, I'm Pippi Peterson. Thank you so much for watching.